Did you know that about 22% of Estonian land is covered by wetlands? Marshes, bogs, swamps. And today we're gonna visit one of those wetlands. We're going to hike from the sunrise till the sunset, which is not very long because it's the darkest time of the year at the moment. Well, almost, because the darkest time is actually about 9 days away. But it's pretty close, which is 21st or 22nd of December, I think. Today it's 12th of December. I will write the sunset and sunrise times on the screen right now because I don't remember this exactly. But the sun came up about maybe 10 minutes ago and it's really nice right now. I was already a little bit late due to the insane traffic in the city, but it's okay. It's about -3 degrees Celsius outside and there's no wind at the moment, at least. I think there will be once we reach the bog, but out here it's extremely calm. It's time to get moving because first to reach the bog we have to hike through the forest just a little bit. Quite a nice lake. One way you know you have arrived in the bog. And I don't like the word bog, so from now on we're gonna use just wetlands. One way you know you have arrived in wetlands is that trees are becoming shorter, as you can see here. These trees here are old, but they don't grow to be high because the ground here is very nutrient deficient. Oh wow, the sun is so nice. This is a snow cloud over there. Clearly a snowfall. Some of the wetlands that have these paths oftentimes have a tower in the middle of the wetland because these are usually situated in these beautiful areas with small lakes and all. So that you could actually see around the area a bit higher. Some wetlands have these amazing tall wooden structures, like really beautiful towers. This here is a piece of but it does the job and you can still see something. At the moment all of these lakes have an ice sheet covering them because, well, it's negative temperatures, and I definitely wouldn't advise to go on the ice right now because falling through it is probably not good for you, especially if you're out here alone like I am right now. I don't think it's very thick, the ice. I think someone might have actually gone ice swimming here because there's clearly a cutout hole in the ice. It just started snowing. I mean, that's not unexpected. Sunshine and snow, I love it. It can't get really better than that. Because this weather today, this is an exception. Most of the time, you can't see any sun. And I'm not even joking if I say that the last time I really got sunshine in my face was probably 2 weeks ago, which is quite crazy. And I really do miss the sunshine. And we gotta eat the precious vitamin D. Well, now the sun went away and there's no clear sky inside. But it should clear up later today. At least that's what weather models told me. But we'll see. You can see that trees tend to be frozen from the lower part, and the tip of the trees is like ice-free. And this is because, well, at least I think the reason is that there's more humidity on the lower ground, and also there are lower temperatures on the surface level, so the trees get frozen down below, but a little bit higher up, no frost. What you can see here is quite a steep slope actually, and you can clearly notice that the landscape goes down, and there's a lake back there that's quite a bit lower than I am right now. And the reason for that is that this is the edge of the bog I just walked through. And wetlands and bogs usually are these like massive sponges that hold water. And this place here, the edge or the border of the bog, it can't be more apparent than this, that this is a massive sponge. And you can clearly see that it holds a lot of water beneath the surface here. And by the way, I have no idea what is this place. It looks like someone has tried to build a shack here or something. And what you can see here is an open water under this wooden structure. And it's strange because the water should be frozen, but this one isn't. And this further confirms the fact that it's a sponge and full of water underneath the surface. Even though you can't see any movement of the water, I think it's still there. It's just so slow. Now, even though I walked through the trail, through the wetlands, the trail itself goes way beyond that. And I don't actually know where it leads, to somewhere in the backcountry. And I'm going to take a hike on this trail and see where it leads. At least just a little bit down the line. I can really feel that the wind picked up. And the temperature is somewhere -3 degrees Celsius. But when we factor in the wind, it's probably closer to -10 degrees Celsius. And it's gotten really chilly, to be honest. So I have to keep moving. And I also have a homemade sandwich and I want to boil some tea. But I need to find a little bit more shelter place because this one right here, it's too windy and not that enjoyable. Do you hear that? It's a woodpecker. Beautiful. A reason for me to take out my bigger lens. Glad to see some life in this dead wilderness this time of the year. I'm on a thin reach, and either side of me we have a wetland. It's quite strange to see it actually, because I begin to think how this became to be. And it looks like, at least it's thought, that this small reach became to be after the Ice Age, when the glaciers started to retreat and the meltwaters brought a lot of sediments and pile this up in here. At least this is what I read, and it sounds plausible. But I'm not a geologist. Who am I to doubt? This is quite a nice place. Should maybe make a lunch here. The wind is strong, but down here it's a little bit more protected from the elements. Oh, it started snowing now. I don't know if it can be heard on the microphone. And by the way, this wetland right here, it's much bigger than the last one I came through, and there is no boardwalk in this wetland, so you can't really go there unless you have those specialized, I don't know how you call this, straps you put on your boots. Basically like, you know, this snow thingies that you can use to walk on deep snow. Whatever, I'm talking trash. But let's try to make some tea and eat my sandwich. And I have to hope that it's not frozen. That would be bad. Water's not frozen. That's good, I guess. It's a moment of truth to see if my sandwich is any edible. And it actually is. It's not frozen solid. I was actually worried it is. And I also have one egg. Yeah, the water is hot enough for a tea. The lid of this honey pot has frozen solid for some reason. Yeah, I'm strong. I make amazing sandwiches, by the way. It doesn't look like one, but I have a lot of ingredients between these breads here. So good. Tea is also great. It's time to get going. I've been outside a little over 3 hours now. The sun is already been in its highest point in the sky. And I think I have about a little more than 2 hours to get back, to not be left in the dark. And I hope that we will be seeing some amazing sunsets while going back through the same wetlands I just came from. Oh, a branch has penetrated my mat here. Great. Let's go enjoy some sunshine, hopefully. I wish I could hike further on this trail and see where it leads. It looks so inviting, but I just simply don't have the time to do so. This season in Estonia is not for exploration of the great outdoors. It will have to be some other time, other season. Man, you have no idea how good it feels to feel the sunlight in my face. If you're watching this video from somewhere from Southern Europe or maybe the States, you have no idea how boring the darkness gets. And I can bet you that I can't see another ray of sunshine for the next 2 weeks again. I'm pretty sure about that. If we had open water and sunshine, it would make a pretty amazing photo opportunity here.
I made a fatal mistake from this point forward. I had a misunderstanding with my microphone and it was turned off. I only realized this when I was back home. I talk too much nonsense anyway, so it's maybe for the best. All I wanted to say here was that I went off the trail in the wetland because I had a bit more time left before dark. And it's only good to walk off the trail when the ground is frozen enough and there is not too much snow so you can still see where you step. Any other time, it would be a bad idea. This is the point where I stopped going any further because the ground seemed to get wetter. In these spots, you really have to watch where you step because there are many hidden water pockets that can be deep and indeed dangerous if you have no idea what you're doing. It's also easy to get lost because everything appears to look the same around you. Fortunately, I have pretty good navigational skills out in the nature. I took a 10-minute chillax session and enjoyed some last sun rays that lighted up the landscape. The sunset was nice indeed, but I hoped it would get a bit more colorful. I took some last clips of the day before I started to head back. If you're still here and watch the video till the end, then you probably like my content. So consider sticking around and show some love to the subscribe button. Until the next time, and have a great day. Peace out.